Hello, welcome to today's edition of Menachot Daf 63, omer A, from Menachot Daf Mishnah. Omer b'halei alav b'machabas lo yavim cheshes. One who takes a vow to bring a meal offering to the temple and says, "It is common upon me to bring a meal offering prepared in mahavat, may not bring one prepared in maheshet." Macheshes, what's that? With regard to one who says, "It is common upon me to bring a meal offering prepared in mahavat," and he brings one prepared in a maheshet, or if he says, "It is common upon me to bring a meal offering prepared in maheshet," and he brings one prepared in a mahavat, the offering he brought is valid, but he's not fulfilled his obligation. And the Rambam says, "For Voda, 72." Similarly, if he says, "It is common upon me to bring a meal offering prepared in a maheshet, one may not bring one prepared in a mahavat." Let me just clarify, what is the difference between mahavat and a maheshet? Between machavas and maheshet. A maheshet meal offering is prepared in a deep vessel, and one uses a batter, as there is no concern that it will come out of the vessel. The vessel used for mahavat meal offering does not have a rim, and the dough is hard, so they will not spread off the side of the vessel. The halacha is according to the opinion of Rabbi Chanina ben Gamliel, because both his reasoning is sound, and because Beit Hillel agree with his opinion. Rambam say for Red Hilchot Maaseh Kabbalah 13:7. Heshes has a cover, but the mahavat does not have a cover. This is the same as Rabbi Yosef Nidi. Rabbi Chanina ben Gamliel says, "A maheshet is deep, and due to the amount of oil, its product is soft because it moved about yashan in the oil. Maaser yashan, and it moves about yashan. According to the most commentaries, the vessel is called a macheres because if one inserts his finger inside, the oil it contains will move. Ruchesh. One proof of his interpretation is the Aramaic translation of the verse, "And over every creeping thing that creeps upon the earth," in Genesis 1:26, to render the verse as Rahish, because creeping creatures are continuously on the move. Rashi and Rabbi Avadia Bartanel others explain that the Cheshes vessel is deep, and a large amount of oil is placed inside. Substance being fried inside it will move of its own accord when the oil boils, even without human interference at first. Yet others associate Chashin with Henan boiling. It is further suggested in the Gemara that Cheshes is related to whisper or rustle, hash, as the substance cooked in the maheshes emits a noise of this kind. There are versions of the Mishnah which replace the word of hashin with rachin, soft. Rambam's commentary on the Mishnah. A mahavat is flat, and the sides of the pan are level with the pan, and due to small level oil, its product is hard. There is no explanation for the hard consistency of the product mahavat. Some say that this is because the meal offering is prepared in a shallow pan with little oil, as well as spread thinly in the pan, says Rashi. Others claim the reason is due to the texture of the raw product. The raw product we use in mahavat is thicker than that used in maheshet, and therefore stationary on the pan, while the raw product of the maheshet is more batter-like and can therefore spill over as low rim. Rabbi Avadia Bartanel 30. Since the raw product placed in the mahavat is thicker, the final product is higher. Rambam's commentary on the Mishnah, Rambam says already, Maaseh Kabbalah 13:7. The Gemara inquires, as the Torah does not describe the different vessels, what is the reason for the Torah explaining that the maheshet has a cover, the mahavat does not have a cover? If we say that the term maheshet indicates that the offering comes to return to simple musings, the hashing of the heart, as is written, "My heart uses the hash on a goodly matter," Psalms 45:2, and therefore his meal offering must be prepared in a covered vessel, just as the thought of the heart is hidden. The interpretation is insufficient. And if we say that mahavat indicates the offering comes to temple, but the person is committed in the corners, Mahovi, the mouth, as people say to God, to someone who speaks loudly, he's barking. Minchas Nahochi. What's that? Ami and Nashe in Bech Lochi. Okay? Basic idea is that the combination of letters chet and bet, which appear in the word machavat, used in the description of a loud person with regard to a specific expression in question, whereas on the text side terms use the method mem chet base, e.g. mahabohi or mahaboi, which is even more similar to mahabat than mincha. And therefore, this meal offering must be fed in an open vessel. Interpretation was insufficient. The reason these interpretations are insufficient is that one can also say the opposite and suggest that the name Achavat indicates one must be fed in a closed vessel, and to come to a term with the secret musings of the heart, as it is written in Lamed indicatum, while you preach secretly. In Genesis 31:7. Likewise, with regard to Macheshes, one can say that it must be fed in an open vessel, as it comes to a term for whispers, Mahushi on the mouth, which I heard him reveal as people say, his lips are whispering, Yashan. Therefore, Rabbi Yosef meaning cannot derive the meanings of the terms Macheshes and Machavat from the verses. Rather, his interpretation is meant as a tradition. The Mishnah teaches Rabbi Chanina ben Gamliel says that Macheshes is deep, whereas the Machavat is flat. The one explains the reason for his opinion of Macheshes is deep, as it is written regard to nothing, and all that is made of Macheshes, Leviticus 7:9. The use of the term indicates that the meal offering is prepared inside a vessel, i.e. a deep container. Conversely, Machavat is flat, with the sides of the pan level with the pan, as is written in regard to the meal offering, and on Machavat, Leviticus 7:9. The use of the term on indicates that it is prepared on the vessel, not inside it. Therefore, for a vessel is required. The Mishnah teaches that 4 vows is upon me to bring a meal offering with Cheshes. He's obligated to bring a meal offering that time. With regard to this, says the Beis Shammai say, with regard to one who says it's coming upon me to bring a Cheshes without using the term meal offering or in a preposition in such a case, the money for the meal offering should be placed in a safe place until Prophet Elijah comes having the Messiah, clarifies what should be done. The Gemara elaborates, Beis Shammai are uncertain with regard to the source of the term Cheshes and Mahavat, whether the offerings are called these names due to the specific vessel in which each meal offering is prepared, or whether these names are due to the manner of their preparation. So what's the note? Mesavka lehui al shum keli nigro or al shum ma'asehen. The commentaries suggest various explanations for Beis Shammai's uncertainty. Some say if the term Cheshes refers to the vessel, then one who vows a Cheshes must bring that vessel as itself as donation to the temple. But if the name refers to preparation, he brings the meal offering brought in such a pan to Tosfot. Alternatively, the Cheshes refers to the vessel, he brings the meal offering prepared in that vessel. But if it refers to preparation, then it's unclear whether he's referring to the meal offering that turns to the meal of the heart, in which case we bring the Cheshes, or if he's referring to the meal offering that turns to the mouth, and therefore he brings a Mahavat. Some say the Beis Shammai is not referring to the particular case of one who vows, and coming from me to bring a Cheshes. Rather, they are uncertain about the very nature of Cheshes meal offering. Is the Cheshes meal offering prepared in the same vessel as Mahavat or not? According to his opinion, the Cheshes is called that due to its vessel. This means that there was a designated vessel for this type of meal offering. Whereas if it is named as manna preparation, then there was only one vessel in the temple for Chesed and Machavat. A new between them is the intensity of fire that burnt underneath them, whether or not it was strong enough to cause it all to move. Since Beis Shammai is uncertain as to how a Chesed was prepared, one cannot bring this type of meal offering until the Prophet Elijah comes. Clarifies the matter. She can make a bechad and surpass emes. The significance of this distinction is that if the term Cheshes is referring to a specific type of vessel, then upon takes the vow is incumbent upon me to bring the Cheshes. He must bring the actual vessel of that type. Whereas if the term is referring to the manner of preparation of the meal offering, obligated to bring that type of meal offering. Since Beis Shammai are uncertain which is the correct interpretation, they rule we must wait until the Prophet Elijah comes. And Beis Shammai says there is no certainty about this matter. as there was a particular vessel in the temple, and its name was Menachot, and this vessel resembled a type of deep calabash. There are many suggestions with regard to the meaning of this incorporated term. Some say it's from the Greek globus, a hollow vessel, which others claim it is from the Latin clavus, nail. It may also be an extended form of the Aramaic kalaba or kalav, meaning a tongue or pincer, possibly indicating that the vessel included some type of feature. Kalabos. There's a picture here, if you have the Gemara on page 70, in Sancho's edition. There's a picture of the appearance of the Kalabos according to Rosh's opinion. Like a pan with holes in the shape of a sea. Very good explanation is suggested about the shape of this vessel in its manner of use. Some say it's kind of pan. On the inside there are small holes or indentations which serve to shape the dough, Rashi. Others claim that the vessel rested on a tripod, that's the method or that some sort of tongue on its inside for holding the dough. It also then goes to Mahagola. It's significant, which is a vessel with indentations, and when dough is placed inside it. Gets pressed into the indentations and take their shape. The dough resembles a type of apple of barotim. There are different suggestions with regard to the identity of apples of barotim. Some say this refers to apples that grew in an unidentified place called barotim. Since these apples are cited in explanation of the shape of dough prepared in the kalabos, they were probably a well-known fruit, perhaps slightly elongated like an egg in Rambam. Others state that these apples are completely round, apart from one area, which corresponds to the hole in the kalabos where the dough is inserted between the argola. Alternatively, Beis Hillel are referring to the fruit of the barosh tree. There are disputes with regard to the identification of a barosh. Some say it is a type of cypress tree from genus Cypersus. Others claim it is a pine tree, genus Pinus, while yet others contend that it refers to the juniper tree, genus Juniperus. Each of these trees have fruit of a different shape, or a type of acorn, Balute. This picture has acorns from the Valonia oak native to Israel. This is an Aramaic term, the singular of Baluta. Baluta is the plural, baluta is a singular. It refers to the fruit of one of the species of the oak tree, genus Quercus, of the Greek oak trees. Therefore, one who takes a vow, it is incumbent upon me to bring a heshes, must bring the type of vessel to the temple as a donation. The verse states two different propositions with regard to these vessels, and all that is made in the Menachot and on the Mahavat, Leviticus 7:9. It does not simply state, and all that is made in the Menachot and the Mahavat, since it seems from the verse that when using Menachot, the meal offering is prepared inside the vessel, and when using Mahavat, it is prepared on the vessel. Evidently, they are called these names due to the vessel in which the meal offering is prepared, not due to the manner of the preparation. If one says, "It's incumbent upon me to bring a meal offering baked in an oven," with regard to one who takes a vow, stating, "It's incumbent upon me to bring a meal offering baked in an oven," he may bring neither a baked loaf that was prepared in a small oven, nor a baked loaf that was prepared on roofing tiles, nor a baked loaf that was prepared in a baking pit commonly used by Arabs. Allah, in accordance with the opinion of the first time of the Mishnah Muhammad Sefer Avodah, Hilchot Maaseh Kabbalah 71, he may not bring a meal offering baked in a small oven, a kupach. A kupach is a small oven, there's a picture here. A kupach was a stone oven, a kupa was half stone that is